I think your life gets real meaning is when you give back.
The Red Kettle campaign may be a fundraiser, but in the process, the volunteers tend to learn the true meaning of Christmas, all by the ring of a bell.
It's never about what you get, it's about what you can give. And make sure you dress warm.
Jeffrey McInich, a volunteer with the Salvation Army, helps the organization collect donations throughout the holiday season. His efforts have been matched by the generosity of strangers throughout the community.
I think the coolest part was a lady I seen gave it, and you could tell she didn't have a whole lot, but she reached down and she grabbed and she put something in there, and I know she was giving out of her need. To me, that really touched my heart. I think about that.
What do you think your mom would say about you being out here and volunteering the same way she did?
I don't think she'd say anything. She'd just be smiling. She'd be happy. Because when I was young, my mom did this same thing. Okay, for many years she did this. And I just really looked at it and said, wow, that's really something. I always thought I should, so now I have the opportunity, and I feel it's a way to honor my mom.
McInich is doing his part to not only help the community, but make his mother proud.
I just say thanks for leading by example, because I think that's the biggest thing. As we need to always lead by example, showing people this is the way you do things.
McInich says that if you're blessed, you have to be a blessing. So he encourages his friends in the community to do the same and go out and donate this giving season. From Giant Eagle, Megan Selensky, Erie News Now.
Yeah, great story there. Thanks so much, Megan. Well, the numbers are in this morning in this year's Crop Hunger Walk, something you have a lot to do with each and every year.
I don't know about that, but I take part in it each and every year. We do what we can. We help out a little bit. Yeah, the Crop Hunger Walk brings lots of folks down to Presque Isle State Park each and every year. We did it with masks on a couple of years during the pandemic. And yeah, we've had good weather in years past. I think this past September, though, it was a little bit rainy. But again, that annual effort to help fight hunger with a walk down to the peninsula, again, played out last year. Hundreds of folks joined Kara Coleman and myself. We've been honorary chairpersons along with Crop Walk leader Jim Haas for the past several years. And after all the counting from that fundraising effort, word this morning is that this year's Crop Hunger Walk managed to raise over $73,000. That's money that goes to help out all those food pantries that get donated food from Second Harvest into the hands of the people who need it. And the Church of the Cross, with this year's big Crop Hunger Walk fundraiser, the Church of the Cross collected over $13,000.
Wow. It's a lot of money.
And again, so appreciative of everybody who helped out and came down to the peninsula for the Crop Hunger Walk back in September. And we'll see you down at the peninsula again come next September.
Yeah, but I don't know about seeing folks maybe walking around the peninsula today. Might be a little chilly, David.
No, and the shorts are definitely not an option.
Yeah, well, for some people, I know there's some folks, it doesn't matter. It could be minus 20,
shorts,
it could be minus 20 and they're still wearing shorts. Today, yeah, we'll be in the lower and middle 30s as we get into the afternoon. Still better than where we're going. Right now, regionally, we've got some pretty good travel weather all the way to central PA, back towards Akron and Cleveland, and up there to Buffalo, and even over international lines into parts of Ontario. London coming in at 25. Weather impact index for today, we are at a 0. Just a few flurries out there. We've got some afternoon sun and still quite chilly overall. And obviously this is going to be a high impact storm system once we get on the weekend. But for White Christmas dreamers, yeah, looks like there's a pretty good chance that we are going to have at least an inch of snow on the ground. It's going to be wind-driven snow, but it's certainly going to be there with those frigid temperatures expected. And we're going to talk more about that holiday forecast, your Weather Wow moment, and your dog walk photo of the day. That's after the break.
And let's take you outside at 6:38 on this Tuesday. We still got some snow in spots there on the ground. A chilly start to our Tuesday morning. This is a live image from our Mill Creek Mall Tower camera, checking out a very quiet scene along Upper Peach Street and Interchange Road as shoppers get ready to fill that parking lot a little later on today. We'll get you some new details on the number of Pennsylvanians who are going to be traveling for Christmas. Those details from AAA coming right up.
And also coming up, someone just paid some big bucks to bring E.T. home. But how much did they pay? This might surprise you. That's still to come here on Erie News Now.
Now, First Warning Weather with David Wolter.
It is a 6:40, everybody, and right now, breaking news out of Northern California. There's been a magnitude 6.4 earthquake just to the south of Eureka, California. There has actually been some damage. There was a tsunami alert in effect, but no tsunami is expected. But yeah, this is breaking as of really the last hour. A pretty strong earthquake just off the Northern California coast. For us right now, we are dealing with those temperatures in the upper 20s, 27 degrees, south wind at 6 miles per hour, wind chill at 20. Dog walk forecast for today. We've got Wilbur here, and we've got a lot of Christmas photos to go through over the next couple of days. Angela sent this one in. You know, when we get holiday photos with the kids and the family, we also include our pets, right? Temperatures into the middle 30s as we head into the afternoon. I also love the Santa photos with the pets as well. Your wind outlook, it's going to get quite windy as this storm system pushes on in. Right now, we've got fairly light winds overall, but you can see we're getting into your Thursday here. Winds really starting to crank. They're coming from the southeast, but then that front hits, we get more of a west-southwesterly wind. We're talking about wind gusts maybe up to 50, 55 miles per hour. In addition to the snow, blowing and drifting snow will create whiteout conditions and make travel very difficult, if not impossible, Friday into Saturday. And even on Sunday, we're still expecting those gusty winds. So make sure that you secure those holiday decorations as those winds, again, could be gusting up to 50 miles per hour. Frosty and Santa, yeah, they're not going to stand around too well in that. Now we're going to go to the wintry side of things. We're initially expecting rain to move on into the area. Maybe some freezing rain into the mountains to start off on Thursday. Could even mix in some snowflakes during the day. But as the cold air moves in Friday morning, the rain quickly changes to snow. Very heavy at times. The winds will continue to crank. Temperatures will remain very, very cold right on through the weekend. We'll get some lake effect for your Christmas Eve. Still not exactly sure on how much snow we could see throughout the entire weekend because of the lake effect. If we get more of that westerly wind, that's going to bring some decent totals to Erie County. But the entire area, we're looking at certainly a good covering of snow as the rain changes over to snow on Friday. Temperatures right now, we are in the 20s out there. And as we look ahead over the next couple of days, those temperatures are certainly coming on down by Friday. The rain turns to snow. We've got wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So we could have some large snow drifts. And this weather, yeah, Santa can certainly endure it, especially since he's got Rudolph leading the way, right? And then next week, things settle down as we start off Kwanzaa on Monday. All right, your weather wow moment. Santa in the snow. This is at the Bills game on a Saturday. Of course, they had a lot of snowfall before the game began, and so they had this in the stands. And yeah, Santa having some fun in the snow. We know the snowballs were certainly flying as well, and the Bills ended up coming up with that big victory. I'm just going to assume he's a Dolphins fan. Can I say that? Probably not in this case. He's a fan of every team, right?
All right, thank you, David, for that weather update. I'm Kara Jeffers with the Erie News Now. Looking at your traffic, Erie is pretty smooth right now, but this weekend, along with all that weather, there's going to be lots of travelers on the roads. If you're traveling for Christmas, expect lots of company here in Pennsylvania. AAA is predicting a big spike in the number of people hitting the road and the skies here in 2022. Overall, they predict about 112 million Americans will travel at 50 miles away from home starting on Friday. That's an increase of 3.6 million travelers from last year. It would also be the third biggest holiday travel season in more than 20 years. Again, close to 13 million of those holiday travelers are from right here in Pennsylvania. AAA says PA drivers are paying an average of $3.65 a gallon for gas, down 10 cents from last week, an early Christmas present. Most holiday travelers are driving, but AAA says 7.2 million Americans will fly to their Christmas Day destination. You can always head to our website at Erie News Now to look for any traffic delays, flight delays, all of those most recent updates.
Thanks so so much, Kara. 6:46 on this Tuesday. The future of pandemic-era immigration policy, Title 42. It's basically in limbo this morning. We've got the latest developments in that regard coming up next. Back with you at 6:48 on this Tuesday. The future of the pandemic-era immigration policy known as Title 42. It's in limbo this morning.
Now, that's after the Supreme Court has put a hold on a court order that would have allowed a Trump-era immigration policy to expire Wednesday. The Biden administration has until Thursday to file a challenge to the stay. Now, the COVID-era policy allows asylum seekers to be quickly expelled from the U.S. on public health grounds. More than 2 million people have been expelled from the country as a result of this policy.
Out in California, a Los Angeles jury has found Harvey Weinstein guilty on several sex crime charges. Second time it's happened. The disgraced movie mogul found guilty of 1 count of rape, 2 counts of sexual assault. He was acquitted on that 1 count of sexual battery. Weinstein's already serving 23 years in jail after being convicted of sex crimes in New York State.
And an Ohio mother is pleading for your help. That's after an Amber Alert was issued for her 5-month-old twins in Columbus, Ohio. The twin boys were abducted, they say, Monday night shortly before 10 o'clock. They were left in their seats in a running car while their mother walked into a pizza restaurant. She soon realized that her black 4-door 2010 Honda Accord was missing, along with her 2 sons. The twins are identified as Kyer and Kason Thomas and are described as having brown eyes and were last seen wearing brown outfits. The vehicle is missing its front bumper and has a torn temporary Ohio registration tag on the back bumper and a white sticker reading West Side City Toys.
New this morning, the maker of the hit video game Fortnite is going to have to pay out over $500 million to the U.S. government. It's all over allegations that the Fortnite folks misled millions of its players. The FTC, a Federal Trade Commission, finding Epic Games $275 million for violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. And they're accusing Epic Games of gathering personal information of minors without consent from their parents. The FTC says it's the largest fine it's ever imposed for one of its rules. Epic Games also agreeing to refund $245 million to Fortnite players who were misled into making unintended purchases due to the app's user interface design.
Well, 6:50 and new this morning, the adorable animatronic alien in Steven Spielberg's 1982 sci-fi classic E.T. the Extraterrestrial just sold at an auction. And get this, for $2.56 million.
Wow.
The filming model was created by Oscar-winning special effects master Carlo Rambaldi in 1981.